It was 1913, and in Little Plumpton, tennis is a sport played by many splendid people, including Boris and his good friend Charles. Boris and Charles had played tennis for many, many years. They would play with great athleticism, which greatly impressed the ladies of the village. However, on a fine Tuesday afternoon, with their match poised to go long into the evening, it was rudely interrupted by Inspector Clinton. He suspected Charles of murder, no less.
Charles 348 Kingston 7. I am arresting you on suspicion of the murder of Lady Worthington. You do not have to say anything, but what you do say will be taken down on my new notepad. Do you like it?
Very much so. Have you seen my ivory pen? It writes like the sweetest daydream. I hunted down the elephant that came from myself. While I'm in jail, this will be a reminder of my prodigious hunting prowess. So who just was Lady Worthington? Whilst Charles suspected her of murdering her, I hear you ask.
No!
Charles had long admired Lady Worthington's homemade raspberry jam. It complemented his tea time scone quite wonderfully.
Gosh, Charles, that must be your 6th scone.
8th, actually. I ordered 2 while you went to the lavatory. Your absence made me bored.
All that jam will make you sick, Charles. Why don't you try a curd? Or maybe breakfast marmalade?
Boris! Good grief! Sometimes I think tennis is the only thing we have in common.
Charles had heard that Lord Worthington was going to London on the train to see an important man about making him a bowler hat for a forthcoming village fete. Oh, must you go?
Unfortunately, I must. I must look my best for the forthcoming village fete. You need not worry, my dear. I'm sure you'll be okay, all alone, in the dark, in that big, empty house. I wonder if I could get an admiral's hat. Oh, the guard won't be in tonight. He has a verruca.
Do you know what I found this morning when I stepped outside the house? I found Bunty eating Toto's poo. I said, "No, Bunty, no, Bunty, no." And he carried on eating it.
I'm feeling rather unwell. See? I can't blink.
Oh dear. Should I call a doctor? Or maybe get Nanny?
Good grief, no. I'm going home to pour salt in my eyes. That should work. Goodbye! So the tension of an empty house got the better of Charles, and he sneaked into Worthington's residence under the cover of darkness to rustle some jam. All this banging of cupboard doors and discontent had woke Lady Worthington. And she must have been startled when she entered the kitchen to find a man, dressed like a burglar, looking for jam. In his jam-making rage, it is thought he butchered Lady Worthington repeatedly with a claw hammer. And at Charles's home, police found trousers covered in jam and blood, with an empty jam board beside his bed. Lord Worthington was delighted with his new bowler hat, though slightly bothered that he had to go to London again to get another hat for his late wife's funeral. It was a good week for Mr. Brown's hat-making.
Lord Worthington? Your Admiral's hat hasn't arrived yet, sir.
My wife? Dead.
Sadly, Boris couldn't find a new tennis partner, so he used his white tennis trousers to start Morris dancing on Lady Worthington's grave.